And we got a lot to talk about today in our Focus at 4. First, we're going to start with early voting in the state constitutional amendments. That election is underway, and Texans are deciding on 7 constitutional amendments this time around.
So in the weeks leading up to Election Day, we're breaking down each of those amendments just to tell you what they could mean for you and your family, take it out of that legal language and put it into something that'll let you know how it's actually going to affect
Okay,
you.
so today we are talking about proposition number 4 on the ballot. It is, quote, the constitutional amendment authorizing the legislature to permit professional sports team charitable foundations to conduct charitable raffles. This whole thing just deals with raffles. This essentially means that professional sports teams could hold charity raffles through separate foundations that existed before January 1st, 2016.
Under the current law, only nonprofit organizations can hold raffles. That's a law that took effect in 1989. But this new amendment applies to all sports teams, including NFL, NBA, MLB, Major League Soccer, and the NHL.
Under the new law, raffles would only be allowed at home games of the sports teams that are associated with the foundations. Our partners at the Texas Tribune have done an excellent job at breaking down all 7 of these propositions that you're going to vote on. So if you want a little bit more about all these, go to Texas Tribune's website, texastribune.org.
Absolutely. Great resource there. Hey, police and parents might want to be on alert this Halloween while their kids are trick-or-treating.
The drug ecstasy is now being marketed as candy. Some of the police departments around the country have reported this. It could be something you really want to pay attention for on Halloween night.
Yeah, the Metro Police Department in Jackson, Mississippi posted this photo on their Facebook page. Look at that, those colorful tablets, a lot of different shapes. You got dominoes, you got skulls, similar to childish cartoons or games. But those tablets take the form of the Warner Brothers logo, Superman, Domino's, Nintendo, even emojis.
Of course, parents are urged to take these tablets away from children if they see them in their bags. Some forms of ecstasy could be lethal if given in overdose amounts. I think this is just one of those, you play it safe. Remember as a kid, I don't know if your parents did, but my parents would always scatter the candy on the floor, and they would look at each individual piece
Make
of
sure
candy.
it didn't look suspicious.
Not open anything in
sure,
it.
Sure.
Yeah,
I feel like every Halloween there is a new warning. There's a new something that you got to look out for in your kid's Halloween basket, and hopefully it's only a tiny fraction of parents who find something wrong, and only a tiny fraction of children who actually end up being affected. But, they do say when in doubt, throw it out.
Common
Just
sense.
best.
Yeah, I like that phrase.
Toss it.
When in doubt, throw it out. Yep. All right. Have you ever heard this term? Maybe your kids have said this. Hangry. They're hangry.
Hangry.
Hangry. That means basically you're hungry and angry at the same time. Something I think some of us have all come across. Well, researchers at Texas A&M Health Science Center say this hangry feeling is actually a survival instinct that kicks in.
So the amount of glucose available for the brain, it declines as more time passes between meals. So this hunger and this anger, this hangry, it can trigger your brain to release those stress hormones. And when we're not able to get that food, we actually experience psychological stress, which just leads to frustration, which is hangry.
And when the brain lacks the glucose it gets from eating, it becomes harder to control signs of anger and irritability. So one, I love that they've spent time researching this.
Somebody decided, yeah.
Well, somebody was sitting down at a meeting one day and they're like, I am really angry and I'm really hungry, which is 40% of Rusty's day.
Yes.
And they said, you know what, we want to figure out how this actually does affect the body, and when you've not had enough food for a certain amount of time, you get hangry.
Well, and hearing this explanation makes perfect sense because it's not just a tagline from a Snickers commercial from 5 years ago. This is a real thing. I feel so annoyed when no one will give me food and I haven't had food in a while, and now we know why.
Hangry.
But they say, of course, there is a simple snack. Have a snack.
Eat.
Have a snack.
I'm good at that.
Grab some peanuts. Yeah,
all right.
We're all good at that. Hey, with the holiday season approaching, online shoppers need to be aware of a new thefting trend happening across the country.
You've said this has happened to you.
This happened to me.
All right. The act of stealing packages that are left on the doorsteps, it's being called porch piracy. And
Porch piracy. So law enforcement officers say the problem is growing at an alarming rate because shopping habits continue to change, so people are buying online. So shoppers are looking to online sites like Amazon. I know that for me, I ordered, $40 worth of grocery items, actually the most boring thing, and they showed up on my doorstep. I got the notification on my phone, and then when I got home from work that day, they were gone. I will say that happened before I lived here in Texas. But it's very, very frustrating. You know that you've paid for that. You know that you've gotten that, and then it's gone. So they're saying for this holiday season, just something truly to watch out for, because a lot of people are saying that half their holiday shopping is going to be online.
The National Retail Federation has said that. They said, this year more than any other year before, so many more people are going to be doing a lot of the shopping online. In fact, we were having one of our news meetings, I think it was yesterday. We were talking that one of the apartment complexes here in the Bryan College Station area, somebody had said that they were complaining because the office said that they were no longer going to accept packages at the front office. So FedEx and UPS would start delivering some of those packages to the individual apartment doors, and they were concerned that some of those packages could end up disappearing, and so
which apparently is a very real concern.
I don't know what the solution is to
I
this
don't know
though,
either.
because
maybe go to the store and pick it up. Maybe less online shopping. Maybe make sure it'll be delivered on a day you're going to be home. It's tough.
All right, we're going to do a whole lot more coming up. Shell's got more on the potential flood threat that is looking at the Brazos Valley over the weekend, and Free Music Friday right after this.